Coach, another season, a lot of offensive players returning. Talk about the excitement on the offensive side of the ball to have your starting quarterback and a lot of your linemen back for a second year.
Well, we return, just about, everybody on offense, with the exception of Jeremiah Howe, and he was a great player behind to replace. But, we're excited about, having that many guys back and, getting that chemistry and continuity back early in camp.
Having a veteran quarterback under center is always an important thing to have, and Callahan another offseason to try to improve his game to build off the Madden NFL numbers he had in that game against Mount Union.
True, and I think that's the key. Every time he gets a rep, he's getting more comfortable in the offense and truly understanding what's going on both sides of the line of scrimmage. We've had a really good camp so far, and Zach Smith, our backup quarterback. Joe is our starter without question, but boy, we feel a lot more comfortable watching Zach play and knowing that we have a number 2 guy that's a quality guy.
Having the line cohesion, how is that going to help them? The fact that they've had a season under their belts to try to learn their positions and learn the system.
Well, I tell you, there's a lot of competition still going on, so no one's won a job there yet. I think those 5 guys are really about 9 guys, and they're 9 guys fighting to get on the field, and they're all working to improve each day. So each day, we'd get closer to finding out who are going to be those 5 guys stepping on the field September 6th.
And it's got to be helpful to the overall quality of play when you have 9 guys competing for 5, because everyone's got to raise their game to try to get onto your starting lineup.
Without question, and that competition is going to elevate, as you said, their game and get them better. That competition breeds the best in people.
On the defensive side, it seems like he's been here since sometime in the mid-aughts, but Sustin Capapula once again ready to anchor your linebacker core. Talk about how he looks going into the season, and it seems like he's really trying to pass along his message to the younger players as well.
Well, I tell you this, and you look at Sustin, and, when you're a 4-year starter, it seems people say, oh my gosh, how long has he been there? Well, he's been there 4 years, the same as the rest of our seniors. But because he's been a 4-year starter and an All-American and a true leader on this team, it seems like he's been here forever. And right now we're benefiting, from that leadership from him and the other captains. But, Sustin's a guy who has high expectations, not just of himself, but of his teammates, and he makes people play up.
Defensive line has traditionally been a strength of this program. Talk about the big guys up front.
It's still a strength. We really have 10 starters returning. I look at it, and last year when we lost Dan Laguerre and Terrence Gavin, Peyton Rose, and Brenton Barnes stepped up in their starting roles, and all 4 of them are back now. You throw Stephen Yorkman and Nnamdi Njoku in the mix, that's 3 sets of guys that could be starters anywhere. Peyton Rose, unbelievable year last year, and building off of that, at the end spot, Amir Petros and Isaiah Ingram and DC Kane, were guys who, we felt dominant players, especially Amir at times last year. So we really feel good about the speed on the edge.
What's it going to take for this program to to take that step? It seems like every year the buzzword around here is Stag Bowl, as much as it is worry about the next game. What's it going to take for this program to finally get to Salem? That's
not our buzzword. Our buzzword is Thomas More. Okay, and for us to get to a point to play in December, we got to beat Thomas More. And then when we beat Thomas More, we got to win our second game. After our second game, we got to win our third game. No one inside that fence right there is talking Stag Bowl. We're talking about Thomas More and preparing ourselves to win our first game.